Hey, I told you guys I'd come back. So yeah, it's me, Naruto Rasengandi, and I am actually coming back to YouTube. I mean, hey, school's over in about, 3 days, and I just thought to myself, hey, well, summer's about to start. I might as well just start getting this YouTube thing going. I mean, I know I have finals next week, but I'm just like, hey, fuck finals, you know? School, I'm basically done with that as long as I don't have to go to summer school, because I basically passed my classes except for one. Fucking hate English, but whatever, yeah. I'm just saying, hey, I'm back on YouTube, might as well just get started with some videos, and this is a great week to get back on YouTube. This week is the beginning of E3, and so far, the three big conferences are over. Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. And I wanted to make a video talking about all of the wonderful things I've seen, and maybe not have seen. But yeah, I just want to talk about all the things that have come out or been announced in the last couple days. So, hey, just stick around. Okay, so first off, what I want to talk about was something that kinda didn't get a whole lot of hype from its audience. And I wanted to just say Microsoft didn't do as good as they should have. Microsoft, their press conference mainly consisted of Kinect. I know, personally, I'm not really a Microsoft person, and I kind of was in school the time of which they showed the press conference, but based off of what I've seen and heard from many sources, Kinect was their main focus, and then, certain things for games, like they had new Kinect capabilities for their older games, like Mass Effect and some other game. I completely forgot what it was. Some war game. I want to say SOCOM, but I know I'm wrong about that. Yeah, so for the most part, it was like Kinect, and the number one thing from them, they got a lot of hype, was Halo 4. Yep, they announced Halo 4. And basically, if you see an image up on the screen, that's the only image I have for Microsoft, just because they didn't have a whole lot of stuff for me to put, image after image after image on the video, so I apologize for that. And, well, I'm not a big Halo person myself, but, hey, Halo 4, it's what they want to do, man. I mean, they have a big audience that wants to play Halo. I might actually get involved with Halo. Might start playing Halo 1 all over again. Start starting back from Halo 1, because they're now remaking Halo 1 for the 360. They're remastering it, adding in new content, a whole lot of new stuff. So basically, that's it for Microsoft. They have Halo 4 coming out. They're remastering Halo 1. They're remastering that, and then their Kinect capabilities for different games. That's basically it. They didn't do a whole lot this year. That really disappointed me a lot. And next up, we have Sony. Sony did a very, very good job. They didn't do the best, unfortunately, but they did do a good job. The number one thing that they had was the new announcement of their system that used to be the NGP, now is the PlayStation Vita. I personally just do not like the name of that. It's just, I don't know, it just doesn't click, You go from, PSP to PS3 to PS Vita. It doesn't click for me. I gotta get used to that, but that was something that was interesting. It was a handheld game system such as the PSP, except it has touchscreen on the front and on the back, which is a little bit different. It has dual, the analog, dual analog, which is something that was really missing on the PSP. People wanted that on the PSP, now they brought it to PS Vita. And besides that, I think it has quite a little bit more. It's not a whole lot to talk about, but gyroscope, basically the accelerometer in it. It has a... Let me just think. The price range of it was a big deal. The price range is a big deal. $250 for a model with Wi-Fi only. And for a model with 3G and Wi-Fi, and the 3G carrier is AT&T. People are kind of buzzing about that a little bit. I'm not really sure why not. AT&T. I mean, when they said like we're gonna have a company for our 3G, I was like either AT&T or Verizon. I just don't care as long as it's not anything else besides those two. I'm fine, but I just don't know. So yeah, for the 3G model is $300, $299. So yeah, they did a pretty good job with that. I would definitely buy the PlayStation Vita after I buy something else. Going to get to that later, though. Besides that, they also had a couple new Move titles. And I have to say this. Sony did a pretty good job with PlayStation Move in general, like, over the time that they had it out. It's just that I haven't seen many titles from it. And, well, the titles that I've seen, let's just say I've seen titles last year that still haven't come out, like Sorcery. And I'm just wondering where games like that. They also talked about 3D gaming, and one big thing that they had on 3D gaming was that they're now going to sell, starting this holiday season, a monitor or a screen. I think it might be a TV. I'm not really sure, for $500, and it's going to come with a 24-inch screen, 3D capable, a pair of 3D glasses, an HDMI cable, and a copy of Resistance 3 coming out soon, later on this year. So yeah, I would really buy that, just because, it sounds fun. Like my first 3D TV, it's not that expensive, $500. I mean, the TV that I have, it costs like $1,000, dumbass parents. Yeah, but for a $500 TV, 3D, and you get like a free game with it, and some glasses, and HDMI cable. Glasses and HDMI cable aren't really that big of a deal, but still, that's a pretty good price. I definitely buy it for some hardcore gaming. Yeah, I'd really just buy that. And not only that, but they have something, PlayStation Suite. I'm not really on the up and up about that. I think it has something to do with their PlayStation phone, which they didn't really talk too much about either. I don't know if that has to do much with E3 anyways, but yeah, it does, but I don't know. PlayStation phone, PlayStation Suite, I'm not really on the up and up on that. And they also announced God of War Origins, which is basically the 2 God of War games for PSP now ported to the PS3, and they are stunning graphics. I mean, they just look fantastic, and I definitely buy it. Being a God of War fan myself, that playing it on the PSP and going from the PS3, that's just a big jump graphically, and hopefully they change some of the game mechanics too, just to adjust to the PS3. They might make it one of the, maybe even better than the first and second God of War on PlayStation 2, or even the God of War collection on PlayStation 3. So yeah, that sounds pretty cool. And last, but certainly, definitely not least, oh my god, this is so fantastic. Nintendo fucking owned the shit out of E3 this year. I am not kidding. Okay? Every year previously they've had pretty good stuff. Pretty good. They've announced some new things. They were, pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. But this year, they have just blown the gaming industry away. I'm just appalled. I'm just wondering, how much money am I going to need to make just to get these new items, because so fucking awesome. Okay, so today at E3, or yesterday, depending on when I upload this video, they have announced a new system. The system that they call Project Cafe is supposed to be the Wii 2, but it's called the Wii U. Yeah, kind of a weird name. Hey, it's better than Wii Stream, which is what people thought they were going to call it before. But Wii Stream did sound kind of funky. Yeah, but Wii U sounds alright, I guess. People get used to it. Yeah. So it's an awesome system, so fucking good. Just by what I've seen, it is, oh my god, undescribable. Fucking undescribable. Okay, so let me just try and go over some specs real quick about the Wii U. The actual system itself has a better processor, of course. It plays HD games, so that's what I've heard. I'm not really sure, but yeah, it's supposed to play in HD now. Finally, the controller is the biggest part about it, though. The controller is what I've been seeing so much about. I've seen more pictures of this one controller than the system itself. The system is basically like, just take your Wii, put it like sideways, you know, like the way it is sideways, and then like, you know, you have like the sharp edges, just like make them rounded. Just imagine that they're rounded, and that's basically the way it looks, relatively. It's changed around a little bit, but yeah, that's basically the way it looks. And the controller, oh my god, it's a fucking iPad controller. I swear, they are saying that it's basically, the controller is about the size of an iPad. It has normal buttons and it has a touch screen on it, a 6.2-inch touch screen. It's fucking awesome. And not only that, but the things that you can do with that one controller are just so phenomenal. You can play your games on your TV, like normally, or you can just take them on your fucking controller. You can play them on your controller. You know how you play your Game Boy? You know, you just look at the screen, it's like right in the middle where the buttons are. It's like that. It's so amazing. And you can just have your TV like off and just keep playing like right there on your controller. That is just that's awesome. Something that I just don't even know what to say about it. And there's like a bunch of other specs. I can't really get into too much detail about them though, just because, like, goddamn, I can't even explain how much they have on this new system. You gotta go check out the trailer they have for it, the trailer for Wii U. It is so amazing. You have to check out all the specs. I just cannot explain it. Yeah, but besides that, they've announced a whole bunch of Zelda games for the 25th anniversary of the Legend of Zelda series. They've announced that each and every Nintendo system today will have, not today exactly, but like the 3DS, the Wii U is supposed to get a game next year when it comes out, and the DSi, they're all supposed to be getting new Zelda games, and I think that's really good because the Legend of Zelda is like a really good series. 25th anniversary, they're definitely bringing back a bunch of new games straight to these new straight to. Personally, I just really like this because Legend of Zelda deserves this. I mean, Mario is on every system like all the time, and sometimes you just don't get that same recognition. Like, you know, Zelda just doesn't get that same recognition on these systems, and that's something that I really like. Not only that, but of course, Super Mario Brothers has to get a little recognition on the system too. So they do have an announced Super Mario Brothers game for the Wii U called New Super Mario Brothers Me. Basically, it's like New Super Mario Brothers, but you can play with like your made Miis, like you make Miis and you can play with them in Mario style. It sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty good. And finally, one big thing for a lot of old Nintendo fans, straight from the days of the Nintendo 64 days, the new game is announced for the Wii U and for the 3DS. It's supposed to be the newest Super Smash Bros. Game. Yes, they have announced a new Super Smash Bros. Game for the 3DS and the Wii U. I can't wait to see it, and I'm pretty sure one of my friends who is a fucking Brawl fanatic cannot wait to see this new game in action. And just to see how it plays on the Wii U, sounds interesting. Sounds very interesting. And to see it on a handheld system, see how Smash Brothers is going to play on a handheld system, it sounds pretty interesting to me. So yeah, that's really all I have to say in this video about E3. And I'm sorry if I skipped over anything, missed any good games to talk about. But I'm pretty sure some random pictures would have showed up earlier in the video or whatever, or later on in the video or whatever. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to say stay gold, and I'll see you guys later.